Hi. Welcome to the Giving Flower podcast. I'm Kimber Lawley, and I'm Kimber Lawley on Ravelry and Plurk and everywhere else. We have a Giving Flower Ravelry group. Come on over and join us. Yeah, it's been a while. I am so sorry if you were waiting for me to come back. I got some really nice emails. People asking if, hoping that everything is okay. And to be honest with you, it's been an interesting, I think, a month and a half now since I've last podcasted. But I will let you know all about that. But anyway, if you're a new viewer, welcome. Welcome to my podcast. And we are in my garden right now, in my backyard. It is a gorgeous day. We've had some really pretty days. I am a teacher, and so I have my summers off. And the Berlin schools were off 2 weeks ago. Almost 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks ago. But I teach in a private school, and my son goes to an American German school here in the area. So we had a week and a half longer than the Berlin schools, so we've been off since yesterday. They were off last Wednesday, and because I'm a teacher, I had a couple of in-service days, and yeah. So yesterday was my first day off, and it's been gorgeous. I love it out here. I am a sun worshiper. I love to sit on my deck, and that's where we are right now. And in a bit, after I show you all my goodies and all my stuff I want to talk about today, I'll bring you around my yard and just show you a few things. I have not been able to do much. The last month and a half, actually, it's been longer than that. I think since February. I think in February we did our golf test, and we spent 8 hours golfing one day. And what I did is I overused my arm. And I think I got golfer's arm. I wasn't sure, and I just kept doing everything, and it was just irritating it. And I'm sorry if I'm squinting. I can't really see very well. I jump, by the way. It's sunny out here. Our camera doesn't work. Our video camera doesn't work anymore, so I'm using my phone. So I have it propped up on the table here so you can see me. I can't really see very well what I'm showing, what I look like, but that's okay. So I hope everything's okay. We'll see. Anyway, back to my arm. We played golf for 8 hours, and after that, my arm really hurt, and I didn't know what to do about it. And I kept knitting, I kept doing everything, and it just got worse and worse. So I finally went to the doctor, and I got a brace for it, and I wore that for a while so that I wouldn't use my arm. But try not using your right arm, especially when you're a teacher and you work on the computer. I'm a sport teacher, so I throw and I do stuff with my arms all the time. I cannot stop using my right arm, unless it were in a cast and I was laying in bed in a coma. Then maybe, yeah, but otherwise, no. So that didn't work very well. I went back to the doctor, and she gave me physiotherapy. Well, she didn't. She gave me a prescription for physiotherapy, so I went, and I had 6... What are they called? It's hard for me because I do things in German and in English, so sometimes looking for the word in the other language is hard. I'm also a Spanish teacher, which throws in another... I don't have much to work with to begin with, and then throwing them all together, it's just woo! So excuse me if I'm at a loss for words. There's a reason behind it. But anyway, so I had 6 sessions of therapy, and it was heat therapy, where she would do heat up here, and then a lot of stretching and a lot of massaging of my arm, and that helped quite a bit. I think that helped really quite a bit, but it still hurts. And in that time, I actually spent 3 weeks without knitting. Worst time of my life. Don't do it. I don't recommend it to anybody. Horrible. Luckily, I was very busy at work. I had a lot of... I had to write grades, I had to write comments for the kids' grades, and I was at a workshop for 3 days for school, a personal development workshop, which was excellent. I met some really cool people, learned a lot of good stuff, so that was good. So that kind of kept my mind off of it, so it was okay. I was very busy, but there were times when I really wish I could have knit. Even my husband said, I think you need to start knitting again. He now understands what knitting is for me. But I tried not to, just to see if that would help. And it did a little bit too, I think. I don't really know what's helped it. I think it's called golfer's arm and tennis arm. And this is what I understand, in case you have this. Because it's funny, the more I talked about it, the more people had the same problem. I'm just going to look and see. Yeah, I think we're recording. Just need to know this. Golfer's arm is when it hurts on the inside of your arm, and tennis arm or tennis elbow is when it hurts on the outside. So they're very similar, and it's like tendonitis. So I guess secretaries get it as well. And there are exercises, I'll show those in a minute, that you can do that I've been doing, and I think those help too. I've gotten desperate, so I'm doing everything. And I went to a crystal store, and I bought this, and this is a magnet bracelet. They're natural magnets, if you can see. I think it's really kind of pretty. I'm also a swim teacher, and on our last Thursday swim lesson, I decided my arm really hurt, and I said, I'm just going to swim. So I swam just to kind of see if that would help my arm, and I went to get out of the pool, and I couldn't do this because right here it really hurt. I mean, it really hurt. And I thought, oh, geez, this is really going to make me crazy. So the next day I was driving by this crystal store, and I went in and I said, what do you have that can help tendonitis, joints, anything like that? So she looked in her little golden book, and she said Bernstein. And Bernstein is my last name in Lithuanian. Gintar is my last name. In Lithuanian, it means Bernstein, or in English, it's amber. And so she said amber will really help tendonitis. So I bought this little, they didn't have much to choose from, so I bought this little piece of amber, and I've been wearing it around my neck ever since. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Been wearing that around my neck, and for joints, pain, and anything like that, she said magnets. And I, for some reason, gravitated towards the magnets and said, what do magnets do? And so I put this on, I bought it, and put it on, and I wore it over the weekend. Now, on Thursday, I couldn't do this, right? Monday, no more pain. I could do this. All of a sudden, I could go like this. It was the weirdest thing. I have no idea if this was it. I'm thinking it is, and if I think it is and it works, power to you. So I was impressed. So I've been wearing this ever since, and this has helped, I think, the most of anything. I went out, and the nurse at my school has a problem with her arm, and I bought her one. And the secretary has tendonitis. She has carpal tunnel, I don't know. Anyway, something with her wrist as well. She's getting one. I wanted to buy her one, but it was just a mess. She's getting one. And the music teacher at my school, she's from Spain. I actually speak Spanish with her, which is really kind of fun. She's adorable. She plays the piano a lot. That's her love. And she had the same thing. So I bought her one. She said after the weekend, her arm was better. It was honestly better. So I am thinking the nurse, the music teacher, it must have some valid statements. So if you have a problem with your arm or your elbow, and it's your elbow, mine was going up my shoulder, it was into my chest, the pain would go up here. It was horrible. It was horrible. I mean, knitting was no fun. Nothing was fun. So now that I'm wearing my magnet, I do exercises, and I'll show you the one exercise that I saw on the internet was you put your thumb in your palm, straighten your elbow, and pull up your hand. And you can feel it pulling, and you can do your elbow like this, or you can do your elbow out, as long as it's straight, and do that all day long for like 10 seconds. That's for tennis elbow. Now golf, you go like this. You pull your fingers back with a straight elbow. And I've been doing these exercises, which has helped quite a bit. Another thing is if you can get a bar and you can hang with your arms straight and all your weight on your arms to pull. You want to pull this. Apparently it's not a Entzündung. Inflammation, I guess. It's little Risse, little rips or something is what I understand from the internet. So I'm doing everything to get it better. In the meantime, I've started knitting. Because I'm on vacation, I'm not going to stop knitting. I have to go back to the doctor, but I thought I'd wait a week just to see if it gets any better, to maybe get some more physiotherapy. We'll have to see. But it's better. But this is why I have not podcasted. I haven't had mojo. I've been bummed. And I thought, how can I do a knitting podcast if I can't knit? It would totally bum me out. But like I said, I've been knitting again, so here I am. long story about what I've been doing. Yeah, so that's why I haven't been here. It's getting better. Keep your good thoughts coming my way. And if this happens to you, it's happened to so many people, and the music teacher, she's desperate as I am. It's hysterical because she plays music like I knit, so it keeps us sane. And so she completely understood, and I understood her, but we're all getting better, so we'll see. But stopping it really doesn't help, I don't think. So anyway, on to the knitting content. I've got to look at my notes because I've got a lot, and I'm sure I'm going to miss a ton of stuff, people to thank, things to show you, but I quickly threw everything together. Like I said, we're on vacation. The kids and I are home. I'm getting my car fixed, so that means there will be no summer vacation. Well, summer vacation, that there will be no traveling because, getting the car fixed. So we're staying here in the backyard. We have a pool. It's a little pool. We can't put anything in the ground because we have geothermal heating. We take heat out of the ground to heat the house. And that means that there are tubes in the garden, in the yard. So we can't dig and we can't put anything. We can't have trees. We can't have anything big in the yard. We can have little trees, but we can't have big things because it's a meter down. So that's why we can't have a real pool, which would be my thing. But that's okay. We can deal with that. Geothermal is good for the environment. That's why we did it. But I'll show you that after. Anyway, what am I knitting? Oh, and another thing, because we're on vacation, we're cleaning the house every day. So we take one task and say, for example, yesterday we cleaned out the bread drawer and the silverware drawer. We vacuumed them out and washed them out. Every day we do a little task. Everybody has a job to do. We get something done, and then we go for a bike ride. Yesterday this is exciting, we went to the grocery store and bought cat litter, and on the way home we stopped at the toy store. And so that we're out and about doing something, and then we can come and hang out. And the kids can be on the computer for a few hours because we've been out. And yesterday they swam in the pool all afternoon, so it was really good. And my neighbor's daughter is my daughter's best friend, and she's home for the summer, and she has to work. My neighbor has to work, so she's been here with us too. So I have 3 kids to take care of, but that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. There's just so much to talk about. Anyway, what have I been doing? Knitting. Now, I'll show you what I'm knitting. Before I really stopped, and this has been a lot of fun because what I did is I didn't completely stop knitting. I still knit a little tiny bit. I've got to get down in my bag. I knit a little tiny bit when I could, just so that, I just kind of had to. And this has been a fun project. And I have started on the Ravelry group. Like I said, go and join the Ravelry group. I have started a thread. And it is the barn raising quilt. No, it's the sock yarn square group or something. I don't know. If you are making a blanket, I have wanted a blanket out of sock yarn for the longest time. I went to Wollmeise a couple years ago. It's called Pfaffenhofen in Germany. And that's where Wollmeise is. And I went with a friend, and my head does funny things. As soon as I have break, I get a migraine. It's fun. And I got a migraine, and I didn't recognize it as a migraine. I had medicine with me, but I didn't take any. So I got a migraine on the train down, and I thought, oh, it'll go away, and it didn't. So when I got there, I decided to take a pill, and I was at a friend's house who lives there, and she said, go lay down, and after you take a pill, a Tripton, you need to lay down for a bit because your body gets funny, and it's great. They're wonderful. They're my miracle drug. But you feel a little bit strange, so I laid down on her couch, and she had a sock yarn blanket that I laid under. It was so cozy, and it was so neat, and I loved it so much that I thought, I have to make one. So, and my migraine went away. I felt wonderful. The world was beautiful again. So that whole experience has maimed me for life. I need a sock yarn blanket. Now, I have so much yarn in my stash that I have just bought because I think it's pretty. You know how you go to the store and you say, oh, that's a pretty stripy sock yarn, and you buy it and you never use it because I'm not in sock yarn. I'm not into socks right now. So I have a ton of sock yarn in the basement. So I went down and I said, I'm going to start one. And so I started the barn raising quilt. I'm going to start 2. And I forget the other one, but I'll talk about it next time because I haven't really started yet. But I did start this one, and I have gone fairly fast, fairly well. I have 10 blocks already, and I'm gonna aim for about 40. And if I get to 40 and want to keep going, then I'll go to 70 and make it huge. Otherwise, I'll make it 40. We'll have to see. But 40 is my goal right now. And I already have 10. And I'm going to show you. They are so neat. Alita, my daughter, and I, who they're on the computer right now, which they just woke up, so it's okay. While I do this, and then we're going to clean. She didn't want to. Usually one of the kids is on here with me, but I'm going to let them go. It's nice to have peace. She's blocked these for me, and she's going to help me figure out how the colors go at the end, which I think is also fun. So this is the first one. It's kind of fun to make, and they don't take very much. You know, it doesn't take very long to do them, but they're fun. They're fun to knit, and it's fun to see the stripe. And I'm using stripies. I'm trying to use striped sock yarn because I love how it turns out. So here's the first one. And I've got 2 of those because I have quite a bit. Some of them, like this one, is a full. I started the Hexie Puffs ages ago, and I have a couple, and I kind of lost it on them. I don't know. They were fun, but it was a little too complicated. I don't know what it was. Just lost it. So I had this yarn for that, and so I'd use this. I have quite a bit. I can make like 5 of these out of that, but I love those colors. And then I bought this yarn, which I think is really pretty. I love green and purples. And these are all just regular old. Oh, I thought I had 2 of those. Oh, I do, but it's not in here. I have 2 of those. And then my friend from Knitting Group, she gave me this one. She gave me this leftover. And silly me, I made a mistake here in the corner. So I'll be ripping that one back out and fixing it. I don't know how I can make a mistake on something so simple. But it happens. It happens. I do know why. It's brain dead. And then this one, which I think is really pretty, my reds and greens and stripies. Like I said, this is Regia, I think. I had bought it because I love the color and then never knit them. This one. This one reminds us of watermelon. We've called this the watermelon one. And I have quite a bit of this left, so I'll be making another one of those. And then I have the 2 out of the greens and yellows. How cool are they? And so when I'm going to sew, and what I'm going to do at the end is I think I'm just going to pick up a stitch on the cast off and either 3 needle bind them together. Oh, I just got a message on my phone. 3 needle bind them together or Kitchener together. So I'm not worried. It'll be sewing them together is all part of the process. It'd be neat if I could knit it and have them all together, but I thought about doing that, knitting them on each other so it's done when it's done. But I think I want to see how they look together and make the blanket at the end and see how they look together. Maybe all the darks on one side, the lights on the other. I don't know yet. So, but it's fun because it's a small little project and you feel like you've accomplished something. And that's what I needed in the last couple of weeks. Just because it's been, I'm sorry I'm squinting. The sun is very bright out here. I did get another thing finished since I last podcasted, and it's already in its box because it is going to my mom. My parents have a boat. It's called the Puffin. And so I made my mom a puffin, and he is adorable. This is him. I saw him and had to make him. And I thought, oh, my mom will put this on her boat and she'll love it. So this is my puffin, and I can't think of the pattern. I didn't write anything down for the pattern. I forgot. Sorry. And as a pattern writer myself, sometimes when I buy a pattern, this wasn't expensive. This was very inexpensive, maybe £2 or something for this pattern. And it was really well done. It's an adorable pattern. She did a good job. So anyway, the puffin's adorable. So he's on my project page if you want to go see. So those are the things that I've gotten finished. What am I working on now? I'm still doing the squares. Right now I'm working on a new design because I have a ton of stuff to work on. As you know, you've seen them all in the past. If I don't show it to you, it means I haven't worked on it. And I could be doing that, but I thought, you know what? Now my brain is free. I don't have school, I don't have work, so I don't have to think about anything else but my design. So I am making a new design, and I'm not going to show it to you yet, but this is it, and it's a shawl. What's new? It's a very simple shawl. I've never made a triangle before, so I'm going to do that. And it's taken me forever to figure out the charts for this, because there was one piece that I couldn't figure out, and sometimes I just can't wrap my head around it. And I took this with me to Knit Night last Wednesday, and I did this little swatch with the squares yarn just to see how it would work out, and it worked out. And I talked it out with my friend Constanza, and we figured it out together. So I was totally psyched. So this is my next design, and I am using, and I have to show you my yarn because it is so pretty. She's a dyer in Germany, and she's going to come visit me in Berlin, which I'm totally psyched about. And she dyed this yarn for me, and she dyed it in my purpley blue and brown because it's a 2-color shawl. And I asked her if she would, and I love this. I love these 2 colors together. And it is 80% merino superwash with 20% wool, silk, and sock yarn. So it's fairly thick. I'm using a 3.75 needle for it, and I'm still trying to debate how to do this. I have a certain way I want to do it, but I'm not sure if it's going to work, so we'll see. But her name is Nicole C. Mendez, and with an accent, Mendez. And if I get around to it, I'll try to do show notes. And she has a Dawanda shop. It's NicoleCMendez.dawanda.com, and I'm trying to get her to make an Etsy shop. She does some really, really, really pretty yarns. You have to go see her dyed yarns. And she's just starting out, and I'd like to help her out because I think it's gorgeous, and she's a sweetie, really nice to work with. Like I said, I asked her if she would dye me some yarn, and she immediately made 2 little sample skeins and sent them to me so I could see them, because I'm the kind of person I can't see on the internet. I need to see them in person to see what I like. And I told her which one I liked, and she immediately dyed it and sent it out, and it was out here in no time. So go check her out. Very, very cool yarn. She is now trying to, she's starting up with striped sock yarn. This is going to be a problem. I can see it now. I love striped sock yarn. So go check her out, Nicole C. Mendez. And yeah, so that's my newest design. I'm working on that, and I'm going to just work on that right now, get that done, because I really like it. I like the idea in my head. We'll see if it works. If not, I've got 2 more in my head. This summer, I'm hoping to get 3 done. I'll have to see how far I can get. Another thing, about a month ago, I went to my knitting group, and my girls at Yarn Over Berlin were there, and they brought some yarn with them, and I bought linen, and this is purple linen, and I want to make this dress, and I don't have it with me. I don't have the pattern with me. It is from a Verena, I believe, magazine, and I haven't started it yet because I wasn't sure what needles to use, but this is so pretty. I love this purple. It's like a light purple, and the dress is going to be very knit on big needles, so it's kind of lacy. It'll be very pretty. So I've cast it on a little bit, but I haven't worked on that because that's when my arm really started to hurt. So I haven't done that, and it's linen. It's pretty soft, though. It's nice to work with. I've never knit with linen before, so I was super, super excited to work with that. Another thing I bought from them is this, and this is 50% silk or 52% tussa silk and 48% linen. It's gorgeous. Look at that color. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Oh, and I wanted to make a top with this, a summer top, a linen top, because as you can see, I do love my summer tops. It's like my favorite time of the year, so I have a lot of knit stuff for the summer. So here it is. Gorgeous, gorgeous color, and I bought enough for that, but it's in the bag, waiting to be played with. It will come. My arm is getting better, a little bit. So I bought that. Oh, this is called, what is this? And it's Yarn Over Berlin, so if you want to go over there, Cetalin is what this is called. And this purple is Lino. BC Garn is yarn. Yeah, it's 100% linen. Gorgeous, gorgeous purpleness.
As you know, I do like my purple.
Okay, so that's what I've been working on. A little bit, yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Let me just check my notes. Barn raising quilt. Oh, I had the Walter and Gardenia knit along, and I've closed it, the thread, and I'm sorry about that I haven't gotten back to everyone. Just today, I sent out, because it's Tuesday, it's wrap day, I sent out the 2 people, and who do we have? We had Tamora, who is Kayleen from Australia. She knit gardenia and posted a picture, so she got my Love Knot shawl pattern for free. And Connie Knits is Nani from California, and I think she's from Lancaster, California. And I sent her a pattern too because she knit Walter and posted a picture in the cow. So those 2 got my pattern. I hope you. Sorry about that. I got cut off. My battery died. The space was gone. So here I am. Anyway, so those are the 2 that I've sent my pattern to this morning. And yeah. And now I don't remember. I was talking. Oh, I know. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I'll just show you really, really quickly. Lisa Tomko is on my Plurk, and she's wonderful. I've sat with her in a video Google Hangout, and we've chatted, and she's such a sweetie. She sent me her pattern for the peacock. It's a softy peacock, and it's adorable. It's called Kristen Peacock, and I want to knit this. There is an island here in Berlin. It's called Peacock Island, and you can go, when the kids were little, we would go, and you can walk around the island, and then there's a big field where you can have a picnic, and the peacocks actually walk up to you, and it is so cool. I love peacocks. I love the colors of peacocks, the purples, the blues, the greens. So cool. We actually found a feather when the kids were little. This is what we used to do, because when you have little money, you find stuff to do that doesn't cost 50 gazillion euros, like all these places do, and nature is one of the things that I love to do with the kids. So we're going to try to get there this summer, get to Peacock Island, and I hopefully will bring my camera, bring my phone, so we can take a field trip to Peacock Island. And it would be cool if I could have Lisa's peacock finished by then, but we'll see. We'll see how far the knitting goes. Please think of my arm. Good vibes for my arm so I can knit a lot. And but that's on the list. Thank you, Lisa. I just wanted to let you know that's hopefully what I'll be doing soon. Yeah. That's, I think, it. I have no idea what I was talking about at the end. I don't know. Did I show you my bag? I probably did. I haven't watched it. My lollipop bag? I think I might have. I'm not sure. But anyway, really quickly, really cool bag. Lollipop. I'm Kimber Lolly. Could be doubled. Don't know. I haven't watched it yet. But if not, I will show you this next time. It's my lollipop bag. One more thing really quickly. The kids, we've been playing outside, and a friend of mine made this. Christina, back when I lived in the city, she lived around the corner, and our kids were little. We would hang together, and she loved to sew. She was a crafter as well. Didn't knit as much as she sewed, so we sewed together a lot. She made me this, and I love this. And I took it out yesterday, and the kids played with it on the grass. And it is the game Sorry that she sewed. She quilted the back, and here are the playing field. And she used a stamp, a fabric stamp, and there's cows, ducks, bunnies, and pigs, and sheep, and here are the little playing pieces. And you get one of your animal, and then the rest are buttons. So, and there's a little zipper pocket where they go in here, and it is the cutest thing. So I pulled this out yesterday. The kids loved it. My daughter folded it. Funny. And then you roll it up and you can take it with you, and it's fun because you can take it to the park and play. She made that for me years ago, and we've just taken it out. And I made a checkerboard. This is a quilting thing that I sewed up. And I should have, I wasn't thinking, but I should have done the flowers on the outside and the red and the blue on the inside. It would have made it easier to play, but I wasn't thinking. And the playing pieces are buttons as well. So, and they're in the zipper part on the edge. So here's a checkerboard that I had made. My quilted check. I made it in 2006. I always put my name, or KG, and 2006 on it. So I know. And there's a little flower. Of course, a flower. Are you surprised? But I wanted to show you those things because those are right now the hit with the kids, because that's what we're doing. We're playing outside. I think that's it. I hope I didn't forget about my lollipop bag. If I did, I'll show it to you next time. And other than that, I'll take you around the garden now, and I'll show you some of the things in the yard. And I hope to show you another podcast next week. We'll have to see how much progress I make. And until then, happy knitting, and I will see you next time. Now for the flowers. Bye. Okay, now that I'm starting this, the neighbors are working outside. They're putting a carport up, but that's okay. We'll keep going. My arm has been hurting so much that I haven't been able to work in the yard much, but I did a little bit this weekend, and this is how we look. I love my lavender. Here she is on the side of my deck. It's a wooden deck with granite stones around it. My little birdhouse that we bought this winter. We bought that in the winter. And there are my sheep. I have to have some sheep in the yard. I'm going to try not to make you sick. Roses. Love roses. Never liked roses before until I smelled them. And they smell so yummy. All my roses smell. Anything that smells or you can eat is in my garden. Of course, it's called Wandelröschen because they're flowers that have different colors. And those are special because they're pink. Don't know where I was. This camera keeps turning off because my battery's low. That's the problem. Usually those are yellow and orange, but mine are pink and yellow. So, and then we have over here, that is a gravestone. That is my husband's grandparents' gravestone that was supposed to be, that was in there in the cemetery, but they wanted to get rid of it. And because here you rent it for so long, and then they'll take everything off. And so we said, no, we'll put it in the backyard. So we've turned it around, and I think it is the coolest thing. Here are my hydrangeas, which are coming up. They're not quite blue yet. Our bushes that we've been working on. And over here we have fruit and things. And this is where I really need to work. I haven't weeded. Those are blueberries, strawberries, gooseberries. Down there we have raspberries. There's the pool. Big, huge pool that we've been swimming in. I need to go buy a filter. There's my deck with all my stuff. And then over here, we have the awesome bushes that are getting nice and high. And over here we have my jasmine tree. And here we have my Rittersporn, and I can't remember, something with a D. This is my favorite color, right here. Love this one. More lavender, and I really wish you could smell these flowers because those roses smell so yummy. Oh, here's the other Wandelröschen. Didn't do well inside this winter, but now she's doing great, and that's the normal color. They're orange with yellow. So that's just a little bit of my backyard. Like I said, I haven't been working on it. The bushes, see, we watered last night, so the hose is out. The bushes. Up front we have the composter. And yeah, that's it. So that's my yard. Thanks for joining me. And as you can see, it's kind of a mess out here right now. I've got towels out because we've been in the pool, but that's how it looks. That's where I've been sitting. All right. So, thanks for coming. See you later. Bye.